Hello and welcome to the channel. President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to hit the ground running when he assumes office on May 29 because he is a master planner. And 50 years from now, Nigerians go still they reap the gains from this Tinubu government, just like Lagosians 15 years later after he was governor. No wahala. Make we dey observe. Talk is shape, hey? Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Tinubu is best prepared ever for president, says Okande. President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the most prepared anyone has been for the top job, his longtime ally Chief Bisi Okande has said. The Pioneer All Progressives Congress APC national chairman believes Tinubu can deliver on his renewed hope manifesto to lift Nigeria to higher heights. Akande, a former Osun State governor and one of the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo's political sons, spoke on the preparedness of the president-elect for the job, which he will take up on May 29, and what the country should do to get out of economic difficulties during the 97th birthday anniversary of Afenifere leader Chief Reuben Fashoranti in Akure. The speech was made available to reporters in Oshogbo yesterday. Akande said, "We thank God that this time around Nigerians have elected a leader who has planned for a long time to be our president. When Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, he did not just plan for his 8 years in office, he did a master plan for Lagos, which has since been running for more than 20 years and which has transformed the city into the powerhouse of the Nigerian economy. Therefore, it is right and necessary to expect a 20 or 50 years master plan for Nigeria. From president to be Tinubu when he assumes office, this will transform this blessed country into a great one. To the political class, putting Nigeria first must be a priority, Okande advised. He said, "In our country, we know the president cannot be the sole agent of change. There are leaders and there are followers. All good patriots need to get involved and keep all hands on deck. We need to align modernity with our development. We cannot be in love with the products of modernity like cars, telephones, and air travels while we continue to live in dreadful underdevelopment. But presently, to our collective shame, almost all the cars on Nigerian roads are imported. We import foods, wines, spirits, clothing, perfume, body sprays, toothpick, and toiletries, and then turn around to complain that the naira is not strong. Let us, as followers, make the naira strong by changing our ways. Let us learn to make our own cars, produce our own food, drink our own wine, and wear our own clothes because those individuals, corporate entities, or countries will think deeply daily, plan meticulously, and work assiduously towards the realization of their plans, and will continue to devise all means to confuse, exploit, and enslave the lazy, fun-loving, and planless pleasure seekers. All good living can only happen when we change the way we think and the way we educate the next generations." Extolling the Afenifere leader, Akande said, again, Shifa Shoranti was among the first to chart a new course of educating our youths. After years of serving as principal of various secondary schools, he and his wife established Omolere Nursery School and St. Francis Grammar School. They took this part in reaction against the destructive interference in education by the military administration. Today, graduates of these schools are leaders in education, industry, and even in politics. Akande said Nigeria needs a future that would resemble more of its past when the likes of Baba Fashoranti were in charge. We need to think more and plan more about our future as individuals and as collectives. We need to produce more and consume less of those things that we need but are to be imported. We need to be more godly and less religious, and we need to be united in demanding accountability and good performance from our leaders. Our country is rich and we need to make our wealth to serve the poorest among us so that the poor will not go to bed hungry. No rich person can sleep peacefully when his poor neighbor is awake because of hunger, he said. The former Osun governor believes the country failed because of the inability to plan for the future. He blamed underdevelopment on the inability of successive governments to have a development plan for critical sectors. Akande said when he served as governor between 1999 and 2003, he balanced the budgets, cleared the debts his administration inherited, and did not borrow to finance projects. He also said he did not leave any uncompleted projects and did not owe any worker, contractor, or suppliers. According to him, he followed the template set by the late Bola Ige and Awolowo to prove that good governance is possible. Akande said, in our government, we planned, we executed the plans for the good of our people. Our government did not live beyond its means. We followed the examples of those before us in Awolowo's School of Politics and Public Service. We need to ask ourselves today whether we can say the same thing about the current emerging set of our leaders. We fail to plan, and yet we are surprised that we failed in almost all sectors, as we are all lapsing into generations of planless hypocrites. I can assure you that was not what we inherited. In this same country, we used to have 5 years capital development plans and 7 years capital development plans. Now we only plan for the immediate next election. Meanwhile, a former Kaduna Senator, Shehu Sani, has asked the president-elect, Bola Tinubu, to probe the outgoing government of President Muhammadu Buhari. The nation's debt profile is about 77 trillion naira if the 23 trillion naira loans from the Central Bank of Nigeria are securitized. This has led to concerns amongst the citizenry, considering that the president is currently pushing for an $800 million loan from the World Bank a few weeks before the end of its tenure. Some of the loans obtained by the Buhari government were reportedly used to construct roads, bridges, and other infrastructure across the nation. But Sani said the first step in servicing the nation's debt is to conduct a full investigation of the cost of the projects they were purportedly used for. Speaking via Twitter, the politician urged the incoming administration to probe all federal ministries, departments, and agencies under the Buhari regime. He said, the first step towards servicing our billions of dollars of local and foreign debt is a full investigation of the cost of the projects they were purportedly used for. The incoming government must probe all the MDAs under this regime, he said. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.